Hey there, welcome to the program. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. 651-775-9194, 651-775-9194. Give Sheila a ring-a-ling-a-ling, and she'll be happy to have a chat with you. If you have a little problem with your health and you've gone to the doc, you can't figure out what's going on, seems to be kind of this mystery ailment and ache and pain, give Sheila a ring-a-ling-a-ling. She'll do a little prognostication on her own and see if we can figure out something that might make you feel better. 651-775-9194. Of course, we're not doctors or medical professionals, but we just have been down the road and might have something that can help you. What do you got coming up, She?
Well, just like the other day, you know, when I was meeting with somebody, it's weird because the last few weeks we've known more men to have like serious inflammation in their bodies. Painful, both of them. You know, the people that had the party at the house and friends and it's not like I'm going to diagnose you. I would love to help you feel more comfortable.
Right.
And in the meantime, then figure out what to be able to do to get to the root cause. You know, and you know, one of them thought it might have been like a bacteria infection or something. And he's like, but I don't, you know, go through the hoops to have my doctor test me, you know, for that is they just don't want to do it, right? And I'm like, well, just go get a simple blood test.
Yeah.
Like go to, you know, our friend works at any lab test now, and go to one of those, and you can ask for any specific test, you know, that you want. And if it's just like one thing, it's usually pretty reasonable. Like when
$30-$40 just like that, pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I needed my blood type a couple months ago. I couldn't find it anywhere, you know, so went there and paid $39 to have my blood drawn and you know, test me. So just know that.
Then when you did that,
not that time, but
okay.
That was only one vial, but no, and just know that, you know, there's so many other like modalities and resources and things that you can do on your own to try to come up with what your root cause is. And you had asked me, what do I have coming up? A lot. You got to go to the website, ourhealthyhomes.com, click on the events tab, and we've got quite a bit coming up. A lot of this month, we're focusing on sleep, stress, and discomfort. And we do have a couple locations around the Twin Cities that we have, like, because we want to support all of you. So my place in Eagan, and then there's Maple Grove and a couple other places. So go to the website and check that out. And the other thing that's coming up this month, which is one of my favorite topics, is parasites and poop. And we as a society think that that's a bad word. People just, I get that you get kind of all weirded out, you know, when somebody, you know, talks about parasites, but they are really, truly a hidden link to most chronic diseases. And it's just not something that is it's talked about a lot in the natural world, but it's not talked a lot about outside of that. And it is amazing at what damage those parasites can do. And so I am passionate about that. It's one of my favorite topics, like I said. And if you could have excess belly fat, well, that was me. That's what happened to me. Unexplained weight gain, slow metabolism, brain fog, constant itching. So pay attention to 3 days before every full moon. And the constant itching and nose picking in kids. If you have a child that picks the nose constantly, there's some cleansing, and everybody can use cleansing, right? I mean, it isn't just like one thing. Everybody could use cleansing, but multiple sinus infections, that was me as well. Gas and bloating, low energy levels, interrupted sleep, hormone changes, digestive issues, constipation, skin issues, sensitivities to food, and more. So go to the website, ourhealthyhomes.com, check out the events. I did want to mention, you know, we've gone to that Live Long Summit, and we talked a few shows about that, but it still is unfortunate that the community, that people aren't in community, right? They're lonely.
What do you mean by that?
They're lonely. They're, they're staying at home. They're not venturing out. They're not going.
I mean, people in general.
People in general.
Okay.
Yep. And so get to a community of people somehow, some way. We have a great community of people. You will always feel welcome when you come to our table talks, whatever it is that.
Join the Healthy Home Nation.
Yes, yes. And, even if you are thinking, well, I don't want to come there because I know nothing about what we're talking about, it's okay, right? Because we always say, it's a judge-free zone. We have a lot of people, and you have to start somewhere, right? So start somewhere where you're going to be handheld and supported, and like I said, everybody starts somewhere.
I think it's interesting because people will come and they'll ask questions, and the questions that they ask, it's assumed that everyone knows the answer already.
Oh, right.
And they don't. I mean, they don't. It's like, wow.
Right.
And no one's ever asked that before, or they have asked it and it's been asked and answered many times, but not necessarily with the same people in the room.
Exactly.
And so they're like, oh, good question, and yeah, it's very good. That's the whole thing with group dynamics anyhow, is that interaction, that conversation that takes place. It always is better than a simple lecture where you're just, someone's standing up front, droning on, blah, 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 blah. When you've got that, it's more dynamic.
And that is part of that mental piece of our 4 pillars, right? I mean, I got called a pretty bold extrovert today.
Oh, really?
at pickleball.
I can't imagine that.
With my pink pants. He's like, I don't even know you, but I bet you you're an extrovert.
Yeah.
And he said, in England, we call that eccentric.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's a compliment. Anyway, so you don't have to be an extrovert like me, right? We do have other people in our community that are introverts. So you're thinking, oh, well, I'm not coming because I'm not an extrovert. Yeah. No, do not think that at all, right? We have all kinds
listen.
of people. Right.
Take notes.
Take notes. Yes. Whatever style you are definitely welcome. And so today is Saturday, and so we have a topic tonight at 6:30. So go on the website. And it is sleep, stress, and discomfort. So you're hearing this. If you have nothing to do,
and you have a little trouble sleeping, tossing, turning, wake up unrested, low energy, this is the class for you.
And I'm not leading it. I have an actual sleep coach that's leading it.
Okay.
So that one's like a valid person sharing and talking on the topic. And with this particular talk, we do often a lot of times hand out samples for a couple of things that help with sleep naturally. Okay. So it's your opportunity also to come and be able to get some samples to help you sleep. And you'll sleep like a baby Saturday night.
So we have so many things that are on the docket. Remember, this is Our Healthy Homes, the 4 pillars of a healthy home. And we talk about, the house itself, the structure. We have many guests on that we talk about that. We talk about the ecosystem, what's going on inside the house. Great conversations about that with various guests and modalities there. We talk about your physical body, things that you can do to help your body. For example, get a good night's sleep. And then we talk about also the spiritual and emotional well-being, everywhere from death and dying to divorce to probate, all the way down the line. Your faith, your meditation, all of those things
Prayer,
that help your mental acuity. If all 4 pillars aren't standing strong and proud, the roof comes tumbling down. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com, 651-775-9194. Remember, you can make your home a healthy home, but it all starts with you, and it begins right after these messages. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We have a fun couple of segments coming up. We got Mike back in. He's been in here as a guest a few times from Hope Dental Clinic. Hope Dental Clinic is a nonprofit we love because they provide dental services. I'm going to just kind of paraphrase. You tell me if I'm wrong. I rarely am, but tell me if I'm wrong. Provide dental services for people who can't afford it, essentially.
Right.
Vets, children, people who are out of work, anyone who just can't afford it. We know how important dental hygiene is and how critical it is for your life. So, yes, Sheila, you're waving your hand over there, flagging me down.
Waving my hand. It's bad enough on the numbers of people that don't have health insurance, but it's worse when it comes to people not having dental.
They just can't afford it.
Right, insurance. And so it's open to anybody, right? So I just, some people put like a picture of their mind that it's only, really bad off people, so to speak, but it is open to anybody.
I think the surprising thing that most people don't realize is the explosion of suburban poverty in America.
Yes.
It's outpaced urban poverty by 10% a year. And statistically, there are more people living under the poverty level in the suburbs of the Twin Cities than in the urban centers. And that surprises a lot of people,
wow,
right?
That does.
And so we get a lot of people from Wisconsin all the way to Rochester and beyond. The folks can't get help and they're coming to see us.
You know what I think, thinking about that is we just last week had a news thing that came out. That we have the highest median home payment that we've ever had. So think about that. Your payment is is maxed out. You got your car payment. You got to put gas in the car. You got to buy groceries. The kids have got their stuff.
Credit cards.
People start putting off things that they think that they can defer.
Yeah, and then they've been hammered by inflation. I mean, inflation's really taken a toll on those lower income folks, seniors, vets, other people. So we're all feeling it, but man, they really do.
And what's the easiest thing to let go is not going to the dentist, because nobody likes going to.
Well, they don't like to go in the first place.
Right, but it should that should be the last thing. I mean, that should be the priority, is the teeth, because of what I know as far as health risk of what in the mouth and how it's related to the body.
Overall wellness,
Yeah.
So you're telling me the first thing you get up in the morning that you don't want to go to the dentist? That's
not the first thing that pops in my head.
I want a root canal today.
What?
Yeah.
No,
you don't.
And I look
up for a number of reasons, right?
Yeah, right.
I look at my smile on the face and I think I probably could get a good cleaning done here.
People don't realize that what you're talking about, because plaque builds up.
Right.
Dry mouth, plaque, medications affect that, seniors. And plaque is bacteria. And so that bacteria gets into your bloodstream, it gets into your other organs, it affects Alzheimer's, it affects strokes, all kinds of stuff. And for
listeners out there, they probably know I've heard this so many times, but my dad did die from a root canal. So there's a hidden epidemic book you can get. 80% of root canals cause heart attacks and breast cancers, besides then what the cavitations do that most people don't even know. I'll have a conversation with you about that.
So you shared some exciting news with us this week at our G7 meeting about a dentist that's coming on staff.
Yeah.
And tell us about that.
We're pretty fired up about it. We've been looking. We got a grant to bring on a dentist. So kind of the dental clinic director. She's really well credentialed, and I think she went to U of M dental school.
She's the one we met when we toured your office.
I don't think you met her.
Okay.
No, right. She hasn't started yet, but she will start. What that will do is she'll be in the clinic one day a week, so we can get more volunteers from the University of Minnesota to come in, because they have to be overseen by a dentist and whatever. Sometimes the faculty come in, but if that's not the case, we can have her there and she can do that. We can also we're going to start doing teledentistry. So what that looks like is we can go to places all around. In fact, today we've got a group out at Face to Face, which is an organization in St. Paul. They deal with unwed single moms, and so doing training for them and stuff like that and exams. We'll be able to go there, take x-rays, do an exam, load that stuff up, and she, on another day, will be able to look at that stuff and just go, okay, this is what I'm seeing. We need to get back in. We need to do this and that kind of thing. So it'll help us expand our reach.
So they have to come in for the x-rays and things like that, but
No.
Not the
We do that on site.
Yeah. It's the actual work they have to come in.
Yeah. We do that on site. We have a portable x-ray machine. They can go out and our staff
Got it.
go out and do a lot of that stuff.
Got it.
She didn't have to go out there, but our staff does. We have, hygienists and assistants. They can go out there and do that, then load it up on the cloud, and then the dentist will be able to look at it and go, oh, this is what's going on. We got to figure
Okay,
this
so
out.
now I'm triggered. You've triggered me.
Did I trigger you?
So now I'm thinking, what? I'm thinking small business.
Yeah.
So many small businesses don't have health insurance.
Right.
And they certainly don't have dental insurance. Right. And we are
Let me just say, you triggered me.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no real good dental insurance out there. I'll leave it at that.
Right.
There isn't.
So they have they just don't go. I mean that's
Right.
the problem. They just
Right.
don't go.
Right.
So our title company that we work with is always holding trainings and things like that in the office
Conversations, yep.
and trying to get that in there. They have the blood mobile come in, have something like that come in. What a wonderful opportunity to have your group come in at the title company and have an opportunity for people to come in and do that, and then the title company how does that work then? If I have a business to do that, am I expected to give you some kind of a donation then, or
as much as you can afford?
As much as you can until
Yeah,
till
right,
it hurts,
exactly.
right?
Right,
We are a
right. You start to
nonprofit.
bleed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Till it hurts. I mean, how is that cost?
Till your gums start to bleed.
Well, how is that?
For the on-site stuff, we do have a grant that covers most of that.
Okay.
We're given a grant along with the dentist. So that kind of stuff, we're doing much more outreach, much more training. Schools, Hmong centers, senior centers, low-income places. So we're really, as the Doobie Brothers would say, we're taking it to the streets.
Yes, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
can see you love the doobie.
So when you do that, when you're on site, you're wherever it is.
Yeah.
You're on site. Then you schedule appointments. Obviously, the same, or is it a walk-in deal and sit and wait, or how do you like it?
Well, for that, we work with whoever's there and just say, we're coming. You know who's coming. You need to get people there.
Okay.
From
Right.
your, if it's a senior center, face-to-face or whatever, then they have to line up the people that are coming in. For
Right.
help.
But then as far as like with the blood mobile as an example,
Right,
I
you
mean
just
there was
walk
slots.
up.
I mean you had to schedule a time
Yeah.
because it takes time.
Yep.
So they had same thing.
We'll schedule ahead of time. Yeah.
Okay, super duper. I'm excited about the dentist. I just want to bounce back there once because I don't want to leave the impression that you're only open one day a week.
No.
She's going to be there one day a week.
Yep.
Always.
And then do telehealth.
And then do telehealth. But you do have other dentists that come in and volunteer.
We're open 5 days a week.
Yeah, so that's
like 9 to whenever we're done at night, sometimes 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Yeah, and so, but we have volunteer docs that come in all the time.
Right.
All of our docs are volunteers. And then we have U of M Dental School. They bring in their 2, 3, 4 level students.
Okay.
They come in, they're overseen by the professors and their dentists, so they can do certain things. We have pre-dental students that think, do I really want to get into this?
Oh,
And they can observe.
yeah.
They can also do, they can sanitize. They can,
wipe the floors down.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So they can
perfect.
observe and be a part of that whole dynamic. And it's really good for them because they get to see how it works.
So tell us now about the event. You got lots of stuff on the plate, lots of stuff in the
events.
queue. Can you just we got 2 minutes left of the segment, just kind of bullet point out the things that are upcoming that people should be aware of.
Upcoming.
Start with
Okay,
the
'cause
first one that's coming up. And we'll just go
Yeah,
down
we
the
just
line
had
date-wise.
we just had a great event I want to talk about on Saturday,
let's
but we'll
do
talk
that.
about that in a minute. The next thing that's coming up, I do believe, is your event,
May 14.
May 14th.
May 14. It's a Tuesday, and it is 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
So we have kind of talked a little bit about, the menu, and it's kind of like a mingle, come and mingle. And then you are going to say, a few words about Hope Dental.
We'll lock the doors until they donate.
Right, bring your checkbook and or a credit card.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. It is on my website. So if you go to ourhealthyhomes.com, click on events, it's there. We would love our SVPs, right? And it's mainly for the food, right? The food and the space set up. So we're hosting that for you. We host a few things for, Joy Collaborative and some other nonprofits. So we would love to see you there May 14th, 4 to 7 p.m.
At Sukasa.
Yes, it is there. And again, it's on the website. And any special guests that day, or what does that day look like?
No, just we're going to have people come. And we've got a lot of new things in the hopper to talk about. A couple new videos we're working on to show that very compelling. So it'll be good. I mean, a lot of people, after we're done just kind of sharing for 10, 15 minutes, whatever, they just go, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Right.
And that's so true with me. I mean, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say, because we're on this event, and my events, I like to do things up. So I'm all about swag. Like, what's the swag? Oh. What's the swag bag? So if you have anything that you would like to donate for our swag bags, please just reach out to me, 651-775-9194, and we will see what you got and get that into our swag bags to hand out that
I got the green light to grab some of our electric toothbrushes.
Good.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So bring some of those in and put them in the bag.
It's worth coming just for the free electric toothbrush.
That's $100 deal. No, I'm
There you go.
Okay, we got to head out and pay some bills right now. Thanks for staying with us. We are in studio with Mike from Hope Dental Clinic, and we're talking about the different events coming up. Just for those who just tuned in, Mike, give us a little rundown of what Hope Dental Clinic is.
Well, we're the largest free dental clinic in Minnesota. There's 1.5 million people that don't have a dental insurance or can't afford oral health care. It's ridiculous in Minnesota. 56% of seniors can't. That's north of 500,000 seniors in the state that can't get oral health. If they can't, they don't take care of their teeth. It's just dry mouth. I mean, it's something. So, and we're also being much more intentional about going to senior centers and training them. We work with vets. Got a event coming up, and kids, and that kind of thing. But the reality of it is, people cannot afford to get their teeth fixed. They could be in pain. I mean, and we saw that last Saturday. Can I talk about that a minute?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Last Saturday we had a free oral surgery clinic. So we had 14 volunteer doctors. 14 volunteer oral surgeons came in.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday. We filled that place up from 9 in the morning until they got done, I think 2 in the afternoon. So we had 6 rooms. So they were working it. And the stuff that we saw was just heart-wrenching. I want to talk real quick about one lady, if that's okay. Her name was I'm going blank right now. Debbie. Thank you. Thank you, deep voice man. It's like
where'd that come from?
God.
Anyway, right. God.
Debbie came in. We were talking to her. She's 73 years old.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
73 years old. She has stage 4 cancer. So with the stage 4 cancer and trying to pay for medical bills, they lost their home. They lost their savings. They lost their retirement. They lost everything. So they're living on Social Security in Stillwater, suburb.
Yeah.
In Stillwater, and she's just in tears. She can't talk. Well, anyway, let's just play a little audio clip from her story.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I have 3 teeth that need to be pulled. I went to a dentist, and they estimated it was going to be $7,000 to $10,000 to have my teeth fixed. And I just can't afford it, especially when you're retired and living only on Social Security. I have stage 4 breast cancer, and it has taken everything we had. And my treatment took all of our savings, all of our investments, our house. When you live on Social Security, there's not much left. The treatment for my cancer it's a Zometa infusion. It causes your jawbone to die. Your teeth end up getting infected and falling out because the bone is gradually causing everything to die. I have 1 tooth that's broken off, and I have 2 teeth that are infected and need to be pulled. We were dairy farmers for 24 years, so we fed the world. But now we have nothing left, and it's so hard to feel like you're begging for help. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm a tax on society. And then if I get 2 teeth pulled up here, I have nothing left to chew with. So I don't know what I'll do, but I can't afford it. So
what do you think?
Wow. Chills.
You have no idea that's going on out there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
she came in, infection. I mean, the stuff we've talked about before,
Right.
right? So we were able to. They went did the extractions. She's going to come back. We're going to work with her on that. I called her Monday and I said, "How are you?"
And you saw her on Saturday.
We saw her on Saturday. I said, "Are you in less pain?" She goes, "I'm in less pain." Yes. She said it was a very good experience. She didn't pay a nickel because it's free. And we're going to continue to work with her to figure out how we can get it, because we don't want her not to be able to eat. I mean, that's the reality.
Right. With her
when you're in
cancer
pain,
and what
with everything
what
else
that
that's going
treatment
on.
is doing to the.
So $8,000 to $10,000, I think she said it was going to cost.
Yes.
So it cost her nothing, and we're going to get her hooked up. So that's what we do. And again, there's 56% of seniors that are at risk, just like she is.
And I'm sure that you probably have stories upon stories upon stories of people. Do any of those people come to any of the events to share their story?
Not yet. Well,
But that might be a great
enticement.
Idea. Yeah,
Yeah, we can do
be
that.
a great
Yeah,
idea.
I can hook
just
that
to
up,
really like this, to hear it from her over, the headset was chilling. To see her in person, I would probably just want to go over and hug her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And she could use that. I mean, she was hurting. I mean,
think of the emotional piece of it, too.
Oh, my gosh. They lost everything, and they have no money. They're
the
on
burden on society.
Social Security, inflation. We talked about that.
Yep.
And so we are going to senior centers because we want to reach more people like her. We're also doing Senior Smiles events where we work with them to bring as many seniors in as possible to get free oral health care, to get checkups. The two main things that we have coming up next, May 17th and 18th at the clinic, will be Give Kids a Smile. We do that 4 times a year, and it's the same thing. Kids come, parents bring your kids, no questions asked. There's no screening. You need help, we'll give you help. We do that 4 times a year, and we volunteer doctors again. They come in and they'll
that's
take care
2
of
days.
Kiddos. That's 2 days. Yep. That's
what are
2
the
days.
hours typically during those 2 days?
Well, it's down here somewhere, isn't it? No.
I'd have to put my.
Well, it's usually like 9 until 1 or 2 each day, just depending on how many people. I mean, we'll facilitate whatever we have to facilitate.
So when you're going out to a place and you're bringing your portable X-ray machine and all that stuff, how difficult is that setup? I mean, is it just Meals on Wheels, kind of just whip it in there and open it up and there you go?
It's in a big case on rollers.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's kind of like the thermography that I do, right? The lady brings in her suitcase on wheels and she opens it up and takes out, the computer and stuff like that, and starts to.
Be good to have at the mansion that day and just have that set up so that people can see it.
Yeah.
Did you say the mansion?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what he calls it.
Maybe I go to the mansion periodically. I got to tell people.
There you go. So that's 2 days, and that's okay.
That's May 17th and 18th.
Right, but that's just for
kids,
right?
We also have a thing coming up at the end of the month for vets because
the end of May.
Oh yeah, the end of May.
Yep.
That'd be 30th and 31st.
On Memorial Day.
During that time.
Okay.
Yeah, during that time. The reality of it is only 7% of veterans qualify for oral health care through the VA, because it has to be 100% disability through service oriented. I mean, you can't. So if you don't reach a criteria, you don't qualify.
You don't qualify. So if you're a vet thinking, well, I got health care through the VA, I'm good. You're probably not good.
And try to navigate the VA with that.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck with that one.
Navigating that alone would just say I'm going to the free clinic.
Right.
Because all of that mumbo jumbo.
I mean, we had one of our seniors came in. Gosh, it was last week or so, and his jaw was swollen. You could see a swelling.
Oh, I bet. Mm-hmm.
And he just said, "I've got an infection. I don't know what to do." We were able to get him in last Saturday, so we took care of him. But there are just a lot of vets, and we're trying to partner with more and more vet organizations to get them to send their folks over to us so we can help more people.
What is the biggest need other than money that you have? I mean, there's always a need for money because it's just like this ocean wave that keeps coming at.
We're a nonprofit, so
never runs out.
And I'm a development director, so
never runs out. So
we're on TV, right? We're video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think I shared this with you before. The development director handshake is this.
Yeah. Yes, right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We need as many volunteer as we can get. Oral health professionals, dentists, so forth.
So are there
groups,
like myself, right, that no dental background, at all? Are there opportunities for people to volunteer, and what would that look like? What would they do?
We'll talk about that.
Fill out the paperwork.
I
check
hate
you
to,
in.
yeah, but I hate to say let's pigeonhole you into here. Let's get creative and say, well, you heard the story. You're a creative person. what are you thinking? Let's talk. Let's work on some stuff. That's been for me. That's been the best outcome because people have ownership, and this is my idea. So that's pretty cool.
What about your partners? Like, I don't know any dental places other than like Patterson Dental or someone like that. How are they supporting and coming along?
We get money from them from foundation. We get our equipment stuff in kind. We work with them on that stuff too. That if they can't give it to us, they give us a really deep discount, which is great.
Is that what in kind? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, in kind is like we'll give it to you, but for a tax deduction.
Mm-hmm.
So we do that. But getting back to your point, we want dentists to come in and volunteer, and I'll give you a list of dentists you can talk to about what the experience is like, and they'll tell you they love it. Because we want them to come in. Basically, you can work when you want. You can do what you want. If you want to do extractions, you can. If you don't want to do extractions, you don't have to. When can you come in? Once a month? Once a week? Once every other month? It doesn't matter. We just want to load up our roster of volunteer dentists and oral health professionals to see what we can get.
What about retired dentists? What if somebody's like retired from it? But
we have retired dentists, but their license has to be current.
Okay.
Oh, got it.
That's the only thing.
I mean,
and if it isn't, we can help with that.
And where's the clinic located?
In St. Paul, about 8th and Arcade, 8th and Minnehaha in there, just kind of east, not too far from Metro State.
Has it always been there?
No, it was Union Gospel Mission for like 50 years.
Okay.
And then 6 years ago, they said, we want the space for mental health stuff for our people. And so a bunch of the dentists and people came together, and they raised the funds and did what they needed to do in order to get to the new space, which is beautiful. You've seen it.
The space is beautiful. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com, 651-775-9194. We talk about the 4 pillars of a healthy home: your home, your ecosystem, your body, and your mind and spirit. We're talking Hope Dental Clinic, and it's really 2 things that we're covering today if you stop to think about it. You're talking about your physical body, of course, but it's also the emotional side of things that people... They don't realize when you're in pain, when you got a mouthful of hurt, it's kind of hard to keep your spirits up and keep going. Yes, Sheila, waving your hand.
Yes, I am
here.
waving my hands.
Letting me finish my thought.
We see that hand.
I didn't want to forget, and I couldn't find my pen. A tip, right? A tip for everybody, but especially those that can't afford or it
Is this a tooth tip?
This
is
a
tip for
tooth
teeth?
tip.
Okay.
Yes, a tip for teeth.
You know what you call a dental X-ray, don't you?
No.
A toothpick.
A toothpick.
Okay. All right, that's good. So like this tip is mostly known in the natural side of
Spit it out, Sheila.
Is oil pulling. So
Okay.
most people don't know about oil pulling, but this is the easiest thing you could do for that health of your teeth.
I've tried doing oil pulling, but it's too slippery.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So
Hard to pull that stuff.
It is.
Okay. So all you do, like everybody has coconut oil. Everybody can buy coconut oil. Okay.
And that's the best.
It is. So you buy the coconut oil and you just take a spoonful and you swish it in your mouth, set the timer for 10 minutes on your phone, 20 if you can, swish it in your mouth, have your little plastic baggie ready to spit into. You do not want to spit your coconut oil in the sink or down a drain or the toilet because the coconut oil hardens again. So we don't want you to start having drain problems.
Right.
So your little baggie, just oil, swish, swish, swish for 10 to 20 minutes. And just you could do that daily, especially somebody that's dealing with some sort of hurt or pain or infection or something like that. It's amazing at the benefits. That
the properties of coconut oil.
Yeah, but just Google oil pulling. You'll be surprised. But
for you men
you're
out
like
there,
you're like the Wikipedia of oil pulling, aren't you?
I am. Yes.
For you men out there, if you're like me, it'll be the most peaceful 20 minutes of the day. That's ever.
Now I do have to say,
do that again.
I do have to say I was talking about in a class table talk, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to label it, and the girls were like, "Really?" It was so awkward.
Yeah.
We were sitting around the table and we're all swishing, and we so want to talk to each other, but we can't. Yes, so we started texting each other. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
There you go. Have your oil pulling. party.
I do want to pick up on something you said about the mental health part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because not only, what you're talking about when you're in pain, how they get you down. I mean, we had a lady didn't come in. She's in our video. Her name is Jeanette. She hadn't been to the dentist in 40 years because she was traumatized as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Because they had to hold her down because they couldn't get her mouth numb. So they were doing work on her without her being get her numb. And she was so traumatized by that. She didn't come to the dentist for 40 years. When she finally came into us, her mouth was just an absolute, pulled 4 teeth, and all that kind of stuff. But she said, I became a hermit in my bedroom. I didn't come out. I was so ashamed. She said, I want my life back. She said, you can't go apply for a job and smile because you don't have a smile.
Right.
We've heard that before from other people that have come in. They said, well, you can't go out and smile because people look at you and go, oof, what are you going to do? Because that's what people see.
Right.
And and it's second nature to some of us, but to others,
Right.
you really hide behind that.
Right.
And so that does affect mental health. It does shame. I mean, a lot of that kind of stuff. So it's a bigger deal than I think most people think. So the impact of poor oral health care, physical health, mental health, of course, oral health. There's just all kinds of things so we need to get people in and that aren't getting in and get them going.
Tell us how you partner with other nonprofits that are working in the community as well.
Yeah, well, but we trying to think. We work with some of the organizations like Joy Collaborative. We work with them. We work with Face to Face. We work with the Bridge. These are folks that are nonprofits that are working with different segments of people. Could be single moms, could be homeless teenagers, whatever. Because we want to go in and teach them. You guys need to be thinking about this, and so that's kind of what we do there. I've worked with other individuals that we were talking about, what can you do to volunteer?
Right.
I love creativity. So I've had, I've shown them what we're doing, talked about, and they go, gosh, I want to do something. What can I do? And I'm like, what do you want to do? And this one particular guy was Robbie, and he was telling me he owned like it's the magazine to come out with all the coupon and all that kind of stuff. So he has partners with everybody in the world in that space. So he came to me and he said, this is when I was in Denver. He says, I was up in Breckenridge and I was sitting there having the drink and the food and I was just having at it. And this guy looks at me and he said, I can't do that. He says, why? He says, because I'm training for a 10K. And Robbie said, well, I can because I'm training for a 1K. And so, brilliant.
Right.
And he said, Mike, it dawned on me, let's do a 1K for C-Corps. That's the name of the organization.
Oh, okay.
And we'll call it 6 blocks for C-Corps.
Well, there you go.
So we did a 6-block marathon.
Okay.
Rock on. I think I could do that.
I can do that one.
But at the 3 block mark, I had a hospital that we partner with come, and they set up with doctors at the 3 block mark, just in case anybody had a problem.
Just in case.
We had cheerleaders at the end.
Oh, see, I'm a cheerleader.
And then they came through, and we had a block party. There was a DJ, there was free pizza, ice cream, all that kind of stuff. So 6 blocks of just wearing those calories off, and we did that. And he wanted to do it, and he drove that thing, and I think he raised over $30,000 for us.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So it's just so creative. It's like, well, Robbie, what are you thinking? So that's what I like. I like just being creative with people.
Yeah, I'm.
Sheila's wheels are spinning.
They are spinning. Yes, they are. You can see them spinning.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Pain. Yeah, something pickleball pain. Something's happening in there. You'll just finish my sentence and my idea. If I just tell you what it is, then he's the rhymer and he comes.
No, what I want to hear about though, I want to hear about. We're talking about your physical and mental and emotional well-being. I want to hear about the Muffin Top Meltdown because that one is another one of those things where people will find themselves in their mid-50s and all of a sudden it seems like their body has rebelled against them.
Yeah.
And for many reasons, and Sheila's got a program that she's put together.
Yes.
She's helping women recover from that. Tell us about it.
That can be an issue, huh?
Yeah, it's a really big issue.
Yeah.
Moms have taken care of everybody else first, and now they get to that 40 mark and now they're like, oh my gosh, what happened to me? When we should always be putting that mask on ourselves first, right? And taking care of ourselves so that we're able to continue to take care of the family. And it really, in my eyes, and I, please don't judge me by saying this, but it is out of control. And it's possible. You just need the support and the help to be able to help you through that. So I'm meeting, for example, a couple examples. I'm meeting a gal today, and she said, listen, I want to start it, but I just want to be told, what am I doing? What do I need to do? What am I eating? Like, lay it all out for
You've just described
Right.
most people.
Yes,
Well, it's
right,
hard.
right.
The wall is, I have no idea where to start.
Right.
It's overwhelming.
Right. And then you go down that Google search, and then you're gone for 2 hours, and then you don't even know what.
Tell me what to do. Give me a plan. Hold me accountable.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. And then
go down the Google search, and next thing you know, you're watching West African soccer.
That's not always too bad.
or whatever else, right? And then you've gotten so many ideas that you don't even know now which is the right one and where to start. And you don't want to waste your money just throwing it out there, trying something because of a Facebook ad or because of the Google thing, that just pops up because now you're searching for that topic, and now it's just popping up all over. Another gal that I met with, she said, "Well, I really don't know if I want to do your Meltdown, your Muffin Top," and I said, "Why not?" And she was confused about what she thought it was. She thought that it was literally just losing weight. Like that's what but it's more than that. I told her
the loss of weight is the result, not the goal.
Right. So it's all of the pieces that's why you're holding that on. That trauma. You've got a lot of trauma. You've got, the parasites. You've got the inflammation. You've got the candida. Like, there's so many pieces to it that it just is. And she's like, oh, well, now that I know that, right? She was like, okay, well, now I'm going to, budget for that and start it soon. And so really, it's about getting rid of the midsection. And there's many ways to do it. But you need to start somewhere. You need to start in a place where your body's going to be acceptance of what the other things are that we're going to do, open the pathways and all the things so that it is successful for you. Yeah. And dental and health and mental health is all a piece of it. I have this Itovi device that scans your body, and it tells you what's going on with your body. And typically we take that first essential oil that comes up and we go to the emotional release book to look at it. And so with that same gal I was talking about, I went to the emotional release book for the oil that came up, and the issue of why that oil came up for her was addiction. And she said, oh my gosh, I am fighting this alcohol addiction. I do well, and then I go off and I do well. And so it's amazing that what this device can tell us, what's going on with you physically and emotionally. And so come to one of our talks or just reach out to me and we can meet to have that little scan done.
You'll get to meet with the Wikipedia of oils.
Yeah.
The Wikipedia of oils.
That could be your new tagline or something.
Tagline. There you go.
Can I make a final pitch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to our website at hopedentalclinic.org and just click at the different areas, and you'll see some of the videos that are on there.
Great.
And please like our Facebook page. We lost our Facebook page a couple months ago. We lost everything, so we're building it back up.
Oh, mercy.
So it's facebook.com, free dental care.
But when he calls me sugar, I love that man with all my might. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the afternoon. Sugar after dinner, sugar in every room. He says I'm sweet as I can be. When he calls me that name, it does things to me. I tell him, honey, you can call me sugar.